Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
And I'm Gus Sorola.
You having trouble getting a hold of a Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, they're too small.
Yeah. Boo. Gus, get out. You're not alone. There are shortages reported all over the world. It seems like pretty much everyone wants a shiny new Zelda machine of their own.
So far, demand for the console has been super strong. Nintendo has even said the Switch has had their best launch for a console in the Americas, so take that, Wii.
I don't know that you can say super anymore. That's been trademarked. In response to all the buzz, it looks like Nintendo is stepping on the gas when it comes to the Switch, possibly doubling production of the console over the next 12 months.
According to the Wall Street Journal, Nintendo had initially planned to make 8 million Switch units for the next fiscal year. That starts this month, but that has been raised to 16 million. And that's about the clearest indicator we can get that the Switch is doing better than Nintendo thought. And of course, we've already seen signs of that. It's been reported that the company was planning to sell 2 million Switches this month, and according to Super Data, it's already sold 1.5 million units worldwide, and we're just a little over halfway through March.
Yeah, and most of that was, I think, from the opening weekend, anyway, like opening week. Nintendo has said that the Switch is the company's fastest selling console ever in Europe and the Americas, which is probably why we're seeing shortages all over the place. Of course, there are places where there are not shortages. You can check the comments. They will tell you where there are plenty of consoles, and you can fly there and get one. No big, right? Amazon is currently sold out of Switches in the US, and retailers like GameStop have periodically been getting new shipments of the console, but they then quickly sell out again. It's been a similar situation in the UK, Australia, and elsewhere.
GameStop Senior Director of Merchandising Eric Bright, in a statement stated, "GameStop continues to see strong demand from customers who are looking to purchase the Nintendo Switch system. We are meeting this demand by securing additional systems as fast as we can to ensure customers are able to purchase this innovative gaming technology." He added that the customer enthusiasm and response we have seen so far has been incredible as we continue to sell through our supply of systems.
So why exactly is the Switch selling so well when it's got like one game and it's smaller games, but mostly like one system seller on it? Well, I mean, it's definitely a unique system, straddles the line between the traditional home console and a portable handheld, and while it's been knocked for not being the most graphically advanced system in the market, its unique form factor might have been enough to win over casual fans who are used to playing on their smartphones, or for whom the ability to take it on the go is more important than being a graphics powerhouse.
And of course, there's another forward reason for what that could be the reason for this. It's Breath of the Wild. Pretty much everyone loves the new Legend of Zelda game. It has a 97 score on Metacritic, which is all-time great territory, and Super Data says that 89% of Switch owners have bought Breath of the Wild. What are the other 11% doing?
Well, apparently, the theory is that they're scalping.
Oh.
That there could be digital purchases and it's not tracking those, or that they're all really into like snipper clips and fast RMX.
Maybe. So when we break it down, that means it's already sold 1.34 million copies, and that's not even including sales of the Wii U version.
So yeah, things are looking pretty darn good for the Switch right now, and that could be a big boost for a company that kind of needs a hit after the flop that was the Wii U. Nintendo cut short that console's lifespan after it only sold 13.5 million units in more than 4 years.
The Switch has also been good for Nintendo's bottom line too. The company's stock price has jumped by 10% since March 2nd, which was the day before the Switch was launched, and that was just a few weeks ago. I've done so much in Breath of the Wild since then.
Have you really?
Yeah, I've gotten 4 Divine Beasts done. I'm in Hyrule Castle.
I looked at a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, always looking for
cooking
lizards
loads of things.
And rupees. Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually quite interesting, the stock thing, honestly, because typically what'll happen is there'll be like a big announcement and then stock will drop as people they're like, all right, this is the time to sell. So it continuing to climb is pretty interesting.
I think after their most recent, the final reveal they did in January in Japan, I think, and I might, please fact check me, I think their stock price went down after that announcement.
It dropped after the announcement. So the fact that it's going up after the actual release is pretty good. So really all this is promising for Nintendo, but there is a danger in keeping people waiting too long to get their Switches, possibly. The Wii famously had supply issues. It did go on to sell over 100 million units, so but then again, other consoles have sold out at launch and have gone on to be complete flops.
Yeah, need an example? The Sega Dreamcast set records in the US when it was launched in the US in 1999, but its sales quickly dropped off after Sony released the PlayStation 2, and the Dreamcast was dead less than a year and a half later. I was one of those who got it on launch day.
Yes.
$99.99, never forget.
Some analysts worry that with the Switch shortages, it's possible Nintendo is missing a huge opportunity to strike while the iron is hot.
I got married on September 9th because of the Dreamcast.
You didn't. Really?
It's my wedding anniversary.
You nerd.
As Forbes writer Dave Tier put it, the Switch is all shiny right now, and if someone sees the Switch being played in public and gets interested in the console, Nintendo wants to turn that into a sale.
He wrote, scarcity can drive up demand, and I think that it probably would have looked bad if the Switch didn't sell out at launch, simply because that's what people expect. But once you've generated demand, it's time to start capitalizing on it.
Capital. Nintendo's challenge will be to keep the momentum going after gamers get done with Breath of the Wild and move on to other titles. For the moment, the Switch's next big title up is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which launches on April 28th. Then the made-for-Switch fighting game ARMS is set to release sometime soonish, and Splatoon 2 will hit retailers this summer.
And of course, Mario Odyssey will drop later this year. So the games are coming, at least the first-party ones are. We're also starting to see the Switch's eShop fill out with a variety of games. It launched with I Am Setsuna and Shovel Knight and Fast RMX. It's also now got Blaster Master Zero, and they're adding new ones every single week. I think they added World of Goo and Lil Inferno, in which you just can buy stuff and then burn it.
It should also be noted that Nintendo intentionally released the Switch in March, which is a slow time of the year for games, so it could iron out the kinks and be ready for traditionally busy holiday season. And that's when parents and spouses and everyone else are more likely to buy consoles as gifts, and you can bet that Nintendo wants the Switch to be on everyone's wish list.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens. In the long term, Nintendo's challenge will be to keep this early momentum going. But for now, their new console is pretty much accomplishing everything they hoped for. The fact that it's even doubling their expectations and they have to ramp up production is a pretty good sign, I'd say.
Yeah. So what do you think of the Switch so far? Do you have one? Do you want one? Are you holding out for more games? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your Switch news, because we're doing it like every day, make sure you like this video and subscribe to The Now.
I felt like the Switch was readily available on launch day. Like people pre-ordered it fairly easily, and then you could find it in stores, and now it's gone.
Gavin got one on Amazon Prime now.
Yeah.
Took him one in LA. So I feel like there were opportunities to walk in and get one a couple of places. I heard a few stories about that, but now.